Welcome back. My name is Annie Henderson, and I'm a life coach here in North Texas. Today, I wanted to talk about people pleasing. Why? For one, I didn't even know I was doing it when I was doing it. This is something I struggled with for about 30 years. So, some people can naturally grow out of it. I have some clients in their 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. So, I actually love when I get a client that's in their teens or 20s and already recognizing and asking for help. Sometimes as we get older, or we've been taught that getting a counselor, a therapist, a life coach is weak or unnecessary. And we do our best at taking care of our kids and those around us, and we tend to put ourselves last. So, hopefully, this video will help you see. So, I'll start by telling a little bit about what it looked like for me. Um, when I was younger, people pleasing looked like if a guy asked me out, I said yes. If someone asked me to marry them, I said yes. And I just thought, I was a nice person and I got along with everyone. And what I've come to realize is I didn't really know myself. Of course, we've come to realize and know that your brain isn't even fully finished developing until your late 20s. um, but when you're in it, you feel pretty confident. Um, and sometimes when we're comparing our relationships to something we were previously in, whether it's being raised by our parents or a previous relationship, uh, sometimes we don't shoot for this. We will settle for this. Any kind of bump up can feel amazing. Um, Other things that people pleasers do, and I'll get back to my story, is so we struggle to say no. And when we think about saying no, we feel racked with guilt. We question ourselves because for so long we were praised for being loyal and putting others first and being a great friend and always being there and giving, 110%. So when we start to question, oh, this doesn't quite feel right, we quickly go to, but I don't want to hurt someone else. And that's a common thing. If we have these fears telling us all the shoulds, I should do this, it's the right thing. Another thing that people pleasers struggle with is avoiding conflict, or at least that's what we tell ourselves. We like to tell ourselves we don't like drama, we just want to get along, we want to smooth things over. But what it used to sound like for me was like, why doesn't everyone avoid drama? Like this is yuck. Can we, can't we just all get along? And instead, it was a simple fact of I don't know how to speak up for myself, let alone I don't even know what I want. I've been people pleasing. I've been going along with what you want and where do you want to eat and what movie do you want to see, that I had no opinion of my own, right? For so long with parents, right? Parenting, especially moms, there's a ton of mom guilt that comes along with that job. And then protecting and helping your kids and putting yourself last so that by the time they graduate, you're having to realize, who am I? What is it that I want? What do I want to do? I still have the rest of this life left, and I'm so confused. Another thing that is common with people pleasers is over apologizing. And it might sound like saying sorry a lot. Sometimes so much that people are like, why are you saying sorry? You don't have to say sorry for that. But it can be habitual, right? You might have developed this habit over time where it is no longer in your control. You say sorry. Sometimes as a filler, sometimes even when it doesn't make sense. I always tell people that my favorite example is I was on a call with a client, and this was something that she struggled with. And she took a big drink from one of her cups, and she's actually a local client. A lot of my clients are in other states and other countries. This one was actually local. So she had a takeaway cup from a restaurant that I had been to. And I was like, hey, we have the same cup. And she goes, sorry. And then we had a good chuckle because that sorry made no sense, right? We can have the same cup. She didn't steal my cup. It's not only my cup and you can't use it. It was a great little aha. And I don't think she apologized anymore on those calls after that. So it was just interesting to see. Another important thing to realize is when we over apologize, unfortunately, it puts this other person also in an uncomfortable situation where now instead of you apologizing, they're having to explain to you that it's okay, you don't have to say sorry, and then they're taking care of you and your feelings. So it's an odd twist, and you've probably been in that situation before. And if you haven't, be aware. Awareness is the first key to getting better, to improving, to if you don't realize you have a problem, right? Awareness is that first step. So start to notice this coming week. If you're like, I don't think this is me, I don't think I have a problem with this, start to notice and see how others respond to you. See how often you say, I'm sorry in one conversation, in one day. And a lot of you are probably thinking, I've gotten better at this. This was a really big issue. Now I'm better. So if that's you, congratulations. We're not shooting for perfect. We're shooting for a little bit better each time. Putting yourself last is a common thing with people pleasers. Like I said, we take care of other people. We overfunction for our parents. We overfunction at work. If they need someone to fill in at the last second, guess what? They're going to go to the people pleaser because this person has great boundaries. They know that I need to get home and have family time. Or this person is, I need to, I am overwhelmed. I need to get home and rest up just so I can go to my next one. And you, since you've been praised for being reliable, you're going to say yes because you don't want anybody to be upset with you. You don't want anybody to be mad. So, does that sound like you also? Again, check in. If you're like, yes, that is me, they always come to me and I can't say no, so then I work on the weekends or I work late or someone else's shift. Or you might be the one that's like, I used to struggle with that so hard. Now I'm doing better. Feels nice. It feels nice. If so, congratulations. Keep working on it. Let's see. Taking things personally. Taking things personally. Do you do that? And if you do, highly recommend the book, The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. It's a book I recommend to all of my clients because it is powerful and it puts the power back in your hand. Because if someone says something to me, whether it's my mom or my kid or a boss or a coworker, I have to know what is my responsibility, what I have control over, which is my thoughts and my feelings and my actions. And I can't be in charge of anyone else's growth or thoughts or opinions. So if they say something, even if it is actually about me, I have to realize, that's still a struggle for them. It's less about me. It is more about them and their thoughts about the situation. That's why you can have, whether it's an automobile accident or something, we'll do a simple one as weather, rain. I see the benefits. Rain's not my favorite. I like to be outdoors. I like to be active. On the other hand, my kiddo loves the rain, right? It creates a vibe. It's very soothing. It's beautiful in their eyes. So it's the same circumstance, but we have different thoughts about it, which then create different feelings, actions, and results. So noticing and realizing that, that's just their perspective. Doesn't have to mean anything about me just because it's aimed at me. So how did all of that resonate with you? Those are just a few things to look for when it comes to people pleasing. And if it does resonate, know that you can reach out for a consultation call. If you go to my site, AMh&x.com, you can head over and click that link, and you can sign up for a call. You can look at the calendar, find a date and time that works best for you, and we can talk about how people pleasing is affecting your life, because usually it affects all areas. It affects your parenting, your work, your relationships, and definitely your self-esteem and how you show up in the world. Also on that page, there is another video that I mentioned, a course for limiting beliefs, because oftentimes people that struggle with people pleasing have these limiting beliefs that they have heard from others, and then they repeat over and over again in their mind, that tends to hold them back from growth or even believing that they can change. And that's a self-paced course that is there for you whenever you're ready. You can go as fast or as slow as you want. You don't have to interact with others if that is a fear that you have. But those are two options. I will be posting these videos weekly. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you got something from it. Remember, if you are just at that awareness stage, that's okay. That is the place to start, is just being able to catch it. When you catch yourself people pleasing, it's not so that you can be like, gosh, I still suck at this, and beat yourself up. It's to go, I noticed that now, and then get the tools and strategies to help, whether it's through coaching or reading a book and applying it. So often we read books, but we don't implement them, right? We just consume podcasts and books. So if that sounds like you, if you've been trying to work on people pleasing and making it stop, and you haven't made much progress in the last 3 months or year or 5 years, then it might be time to reach out to a coach or a counselor and see how we can help you speed up that process. Life coaching is like a personal trainer for your mind. We help you to manage your thoughts. We help you to calm your nervous system. And I'm here for you. Take care, everyone. Have a great week. Check out my other videos and let me know what you think.